What it do? What it do? We out here. Hope y'all having a good day. Today has been it has been extremely crazy lately in the stock market. So whoa. Let me go ahead and share this real quick to some folks. Before we begin, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, tell all your friends and family what is happening here. Today I'm gonna deposit $200 more into this account. Today's that day. And then I'm going to buy more Tesla and ARK. So if you look at Tesla, I'm down $38, and if you look at ARK, I'm down $43. So down quite a bit of cash monies um, on here, but that just makes for a greater comeback. So if you're in the stock market for a while and you understand how the stock market works, you are not panicking at all about what is happening in the stock market, which is basically a correction where everything is dropping in price um, for a number of different reasons. But let me send this out to some people before we begin. I need to set up a group text thing, like a mass text message thing, so I'm not sending it individually. Hope you're having a good week. Happy Friday. Do you guys have any plans this weekend? Any plans? Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Who else can get it? Who else can get it? Let's see, y'all. Send it to my usuals, you know what I'm saying? Where we at? Where we at? We're just gonna this video is gonna be, I wouldn't say fairly short, but pretty much straight to the point. Um that's in somewhere. Basically I'm just gonna go over my positions. Put in $200, deposit $200, you guys be able to see all of that happen, and then buy $100 more of Tesla, $100 more of ARK. Talk about how I feel about what is happening here. That's pretty much it. So that should be good right there. What was I gonna do next? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll put it on here. Yeah, I need to get better at all this, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good. It's all good. Just update this one more time and then we're gonna start. So paste. Alright, you guys. Let's get it popping. Let me update the title is. I don't know why the title is the title. I don't know how to do all that. Alright. 12:15. Give it let's see. Yeah, yeah. Hold on a sec. All right. Almost done. Almost ready to go. Come on, cuz. What? All right. 1 second. This is slack. This is lagging right here. I don't know why this is acting up. Let me look on here real quick. um, let's change the title, and then we're gonna start. What? Oh, this is the wrong account. No wonder. No wonder. Let me know how good my video is. All right, here we go. If you're on here, say what's up. Let me know who's on here. Um, we are public. We are talking about the stock market. If you're in the stock market and you have any questions about what is going on right now, leave it in the comments so I can see what's up and answer those questions. Just making sure my internet is straight. You know what I'm saying? Got that 36 right there. All right, guys. So we're gonna start. Make this really quick and easy. Um, let's go ahead and go over my two options plays right here. So as you can see, I'm down a lot of money. The BNGO play. This is a credit spread that I got into. So I basically am using $200 to try to make $50. So um, this can be a very safe and easy way to make money to grow your account if you pick the right strike prices. So if I go, I gotta show you guys this again also, the chart. And let's look at BNGO. This is Disney. Disney's getting destroyed just like everything else in the stock market. But you can see here, you kind of see past resistance. So you look down here, this is 5. Right here is about $6.70, 80 cents. It's called resistance because this is where the stock, this is the price where the stock reached. Whoops. This is a price where the stock reached and then it came right back up. So once it hit this price level, people decided to buy more of it because they felt like that was a good price, driving it back up, and now it's coming down to basically retest that. So it could continue to fall or it could bounce right back up, um, depending on how people feel about this stock. So our credit spread or my credit spread is $7 to $6. So as long as it doesn't fall below $6, I will be able to make some money from here. But I obviously want it to stay above 7, and that has to happen at the end of 416. So the closer we get to this date, 416, the more money that I will start to make from this. So it's very, very early. Today is the 16th. We still have 3 weeks for this to happen. So I'm not panicking at all. Um, Not worried. We'll see what happens at that date, at that time. But for now, this is where we're at. And basically, what this means is if I would have waited a couple more days, like today, and would have done this today, I would make more money. But um, I don't look at it like that because I always pick my strike prices a certain level out past the date that it's or the price that it's currently at. So if it's 686 right now, or what is this, 667? If I was to do this option right now, then I would pick these two prices because I would always pick the same. I would always keep it the same distance from the strike price. So I wouldn't take the risk and pick these two. I would go from here and here. So I would make less money. So um, that's why I do it. When I do it, I try to do everything a month out and then just let it sit there and marinate for the next month. So that's where I'm at with microvision as well. If you guys watched it last week, my live stream last week, I bought or I sold this put agreeing to buy microvision at $16 a share, and I think it was at $17 or $18 a share at the time. And basically, the reason why I picked 16 and not 14 like usual is because I wanted to make sure that I get assigned so that you guys can see how all of that works. Um, just wanted to show you guys how that works. Getting assigned the shares because I did this last month at $14 a share. So if you had the stimulus check, or if you got the stimulus check, you could pick the $14 strike price, agreeing to buy 100 shares at $14, which would mean that you need $1,400 or one stimulus check. And you could agree to buy the shares at $14, which was a decent price for me. I would still say that it's going to finish about 14. It's just dropping just like the rest of the market. So there's a month of time for this to happen, but I wanted to make sure I got assigned so that you guys could see the other side of this, where you actually have to buy the shares, spend that money, and now you own 100 shares, and then you do, or you see how you go about trying to get rid of your shares or profit from those shares. So um, the difference between 16 and 13 obviously is like about $270. So if this was to happen right now, then I would be down $270 on my shares. So that might be scary for some people. That's why one, you want to make sure you pick a company that you know, that you like, that you don't mind owning, because if you end up having to own the shares, you're not panicking. You're not trying to sell them quickly. You're not, trying to sell, like I said, sell them quickly so you take less money or are willing to make less money just because you don't actually want to own them. You want to do this with companies, like I said, that you like, that you know, that you want to own, but you do it in this fashion so that you actually pay a decent price instead of paying the price that it's currently at. So if we would have done this with microvision when it's if we would have done this with microvision when it was all the way up here at $21, then we would basically be buying it at a high, which isn't the smartest thing to do. Um, if you're a long term investor and you just want to buy the shares, you don't want to actually buy 100 of them, then of course you could buy it up here. But when you want to look at the price range of a stock before buying it, so that you know where it usually where's like the average. So that's what these lines are right here. This is like 10-year or the 20-day moving average. So it takes the price, the closing price of the last 20 days or 20 candlesticks, and then it gives you an average. So the average is like right down here. So it's just a below the average. The average is about 14.32 at the moment. That's why to me $14 was okay. But like I said, I wanted to get a sign, so I picked something a little bit higher, just so we can touch that part of option trading and option selling. Option selling to me is the best thing to do in the stock market because you get paid to either buy shares or you get paid to sell your shares. And if you sell your shares higher than what you bought it, then you get paid twice. It's like double dipping. It's like buying a PlayStation 5, going on OfferUp. It's like buying a PlayStation 5 for 500, go on OfferUp to sell it. You sell it for 700, and then OfferUp also pays you, let's say $150 just for selling it on their platform. That's basically the exact same thing here. What's up, Lupe? We out here. Um, so that's where we're at with Microvision. Looking at my account, if I look at it over the past week, you can see it's been a kind of choppy. Look at it over the past month. It looks funky, but it's still higher than it was before. This is 25.83. Right now it's at 26.57, so it's higher than that. And over the past 3 months, we're still on that beautiful uptrend. So from 2086 all the way up to 2,657. That's a 27% increase in my investment basically over the last 3 months, which beats the stock market by pretty much triple. If you were just to invest in like the SPY. So if I go to the SPY, this is basically the most basic thing you can do in the stock market. So the most basic thing you can do is go in the stock market, buy shares or buy dollar amounts of the SPY and just let it sit there and don't touch it. And you can see over the past year, it's been up 57%. So that's beautiful. You would be a part of this just for buying SPY and holding it. So if you don't want to do anything fancy, or you don't want to have, you don't want to be looking at it all the time, or you don't want to research all of these companies, but you want to invest, SPY would be perfect for that that situation. And as you can see over here, over the last 3 months, so over the last 3 months, the SPY is up 5-6%, and then I'm obviously up 27%. So that's where we're at. You can see right here, we're down here. I have $200 of my own cash that I put into these positions. So I'm down $37 here. If I go back to ARK, I'm down $42. So most people would probably look at this right here, see the red, see the negative, and be like, why would I keep my money in these stocks if they're going down, if they're not doing well? And that's why I said you want to invest in stocks that you are comfortable owning, that you know that you like, right? So Disney, Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Netflix. There's so many companies out there that you can invest in. Things that items that you use every single day. So, just think about what you do every day. Just look around your room really quickly, or your car, or wherever you are, and look at different items that you have. Like you have an Apple phone, you might have Nike shoes. There's a bunch of different things. You want to look at their stock, see how they're doing over the long term. So let's just pick Nike real quick because we haven't looked at Nike yet. And you want to look at actually, let me look at it on here. This is really easy. Just look at it the long term. So we're on Nike. Go to the year chart. Look at the year chart is still going up too, following basically the SPY. Over the last 5 years, it is also going up, just like the stock market. So if you see a company like this, this would be one way where you can get in and start building your own portfolio in companies that you like. And basically, what you want to do is, one, set up either a direct, automatic deposit, or make sure you're depositing money every single month. That way, you can take advantage of when the price drops. Because if you put all your money in today and buy Nike today, and then Nike drops, let's say $20 in the next month you don't have any money to put into Nike, and then you have to wait for Nike to come back to this exact price in order to either break even or make money. So the reason why you want to lower, or you want to pay money, or you want to buy stocks as it drops, is so that now you don't have to wait for Nike to come back all the way back up here to actually make money. So I'm going to show you guys that right now. So let's go ahead and add my $200 in here. So I'm actually going to deposit $200 live on the live stream from my checking account, my personal checking account. Today was payday. So today's a good day. You know what I'm saying? We out here. There we go. And then and also on Robinhood, I'm pretty sure there's other. I haven't done the research, but on Robinhood, you also get interest just for having money in there, even if it's not being invested in anything. So now you can see I have $1,006. My account went up by 200 bucks. So that was my $200 that I just deposited. And then this $1,000, if I don't use any of it over the course of the next month, I'm gonna get interest on it. So you can either make money by investing in companies, or you can make money by just leaving it in your buying power. So with that being said, let's do this. Let's do this. We got Tesla here. And if you see, my average cost is $754. What that means is Tesla needs to reach $754.73 before I actually start making money from Tesla. So that's a pretty high price considering it's $613 now. But watch, as soon as I put this $100 in here of Tesla, we're gradually working towards owning a share of Tesla. Oh snap, what is my password? You guys see my email right there. All right, here we go. There we go. We bought Tesla, baby. And now you can see that my average cost is now $700. So now what that means is Tesla needs to reach $700 in order for me to actually start making money. So it's getting cheaper and cheaper. And then when Tesla goes to the price where I bought my first, when I deposited my first $100, which was at $849, When it reaches 849, I'm gonna actually be in the green. I'm gonna make money. I'm gonna have a profit from this. So basically, because the stock market is basically correcting at the moment, this is a bunch of buying opportunities. This is a very crazy chart. Let me remove all of this stuff. Right, so you can see here. Actually, let me make this smaller. You can see here Tesla's just been up and up and up and up, and now it's kind of coming down pretty drastically. You can see this is a very drastic downward movement. But with drastic downward movements comes drastic upward movements. It's just how the stock market works. It's happened time and time again. That's why I really am excited about buying Tesla at these prices. And kind of hoping that it stays down here for a while. Because like I said, I'm in this for the long term. So as long as you continue to put money into stocks like a Tesla, a company that's looking towards the future and is going to be around for a very, very long time, as long as you continue to buy while it dips, then when it comes back up to its highs and makes new highs, you have more money invested and you can make money off of this portion of the rise. So if I was to buy like 849, see, I actually bought it like pretty much at its high in the beginning. So if I would just keep that 100 in there, or I put 300 in at that time, then I would have to wait for it to reach this price again before I can actually start making money. Where now, I only need it to reach this price before I only need it to go up this much before I can actually start profiting. So all of this will then be profit. So that's why it's important to one average in, which is what this is, buying a little bit at a time. And if you can set up a monthly deposit, then you can do that no matter what is happening. And if the stock is going up within those months, then you get to capitalize on those gains too. So now I'm going to do the same with ARK. ARK is an ETF, an exchange traded fund. So think of it as somebody who already made their own portfolio with their own stocks. That's what an ETF is. So if you don't want to, just like the SPY is an ETF. So if you don't want to look at certain companies or you don't want to do too much research, you can just invest in an ETF like this, which is what I'm doing. And the ARK ETF also has Tesla in it. So kind of like double dipping here in Tesla. So let's go ahead and put 100 into Tesla as well. Let's make sure that looks right. And as you can see here, my average cost is $141. So if I buy this right now, $100 of ARK on purchased, and it should go down a little bit. Let's see here. Let's refresh it. So now it's 130. So now I basically got a 10% discount on my stock, if you want to look at it like that, or $10 off on my stock. So now I have $300 in here, and I'm gonna be able to profit a lot faster once everything turns back around. This happens. Dips like this happen. Basically, I think every 16 months or every year and a half, the stock market will correct. And basically, like if you look at this, oh, this is my account. Let's go to Tesla real quick. If you look at Tesla over the past year, over the past 5 years, you see it goes crazy up. So basically, people are buying as it's going up. So people want to make money. They want to sell profit. They want to sell to make their profit, collect their money. So that's why the price drops like this. It goes up and down instead of just going straight up or straight down. Because even though people are buying a lot and just letting this price go all the way up, eventually you want to collect, you want to secure your money. You don't actually make the money or lose the money. So I didn't actually lose $37. I'm just down $37. The only time that I would actually lose this money is if I sell all of it. So if I sell my $300, then I'm going to have to accept a $37 loss. But because I'm buying in as we go along and I'm holding this basically for at least one whole year, we can hold this for as long as we want to until it finally turns around and goes back up. And if it continues to stay down, then we're just going to keep lowering our average cost. So basically meaning that it's going to take less time for our money to start making money. So investing is a long-term thing. So if you're trying to turn a quick dollar today to make money, then you either want to do options and take on that risk of losing that money just that fast, or just figure out a new way where you can do that. So that's where we are with the options. So the option portion is where we're kind of trying to make a little bit of money in a shorter amount of time. I'm picking a month out at a time. So every month I'm looking to make money from these options. and then this is my long term. So if you don't have a long term, then I wouldn't recommend starting a short term, because all of the money that I have in here, I can lose all of it. Besides this one, obviously, because I'm actually going to own 100 shares of Microvision, so I'll still have money in this, and then it'll turn into a long term position owning 100 shares of Microvision. But a play like a credit spread, the $200 that I'm using to open this position, I could lose all of that money if this doesn't go in my favor. So you want to know what you're doing. That's why when you apply for options, credit spreads are on level 3, the advanced portion, because it's more risky. But it is the safest as far as making money. You're just going to make a little bit. So if you want to make a little bit of money, you can go short term. If you want to make a lot of money, then you have to be willing to hold for the long term, and you have to be always adding money to your account. So I'm not actually going to open up anything today on this account. I just wanted to deposit $200, buy more Tesla and ARK. And the more money that we have in here, the faster that these numbers are going to change. So if these keep dropping, obviously this is going to drop just as fast. But once they turn around and start going up, we're going to start making money a lot faster. So I'm just excited to show you guys how that whole process works, and how holding for a long time is more beneficial than buying and selling quickly. So if you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments. Let me know what you guys think, how you guys feel about this. We're going to stay live for another 5 minutes for any questions, any input, any insight, any recommendations. Are you guys looking to invest? And what are you guys thinking of investing in? I can help you out with any questions. Let's see here. Hmm. Should I update this? So here we are. The good thing is, once these things turn back around, we're going to be super in the green. We're going to be making new all-time highs. And then at the end of April 16th, basically no matter what happens in these positions, I'm going to be withdrawing money. So if I show you guys my spreadsheet, um, I'm keeping a personal record of of everything that's happening. So I made $272. I got paid $272 with that Microvision play, $50 from the BNGO play. You guys can also see that here if I go here. $50 is what I got paid. It's a credit, so when it's a credit, you get paid. If it's a debit, you have to pay. Um, so if there's $50 on that one. On here, you guys will see I got paid $272. So depending on what happens, if I have to buy the shares, then I'm gonna take the 272 plus the 50 and take 60% of that and withdraw it. If I don't have to buy them and I close this ahead of time to collect the profit, then I'm gonna just take um, whatever I close it at. So if I have to spend $2 to close it, then I'll take 270 and all of that good stuff. So that's that. I am in Bitcoin also down here. You can see Bitcoin has been kind of retracing back down. I'm expecting it to reach about either 50,000 or maybe even 49 before it goes back up. And that's basically the trend that it's been on. It'll go to like the 40,000. You can see it was like way down here, right? Went to 40,000, then came back down to 34, kind of stayed flat. Then it reached 33. Actually, what's this right here? 30,000. So it went back down 10,000. Then look at this. It went all the way up, basically nonstop to 57. Then it came down to 45, so a $10,000 decrease. Then went up to 60,000. So now I'm expecting it to either stay in this range that it did over here, or do what it did here and go up to either 60,000 again or even 70,000 before it comes back down. So what I could do is try to invest in Bitcoin as well. I think Bitcoin is the future um, in a lot of things. You can see Tesla obviously is now accepting Bitcoin as a payment for their cars. Banks are starting to allow their investors or their account holders basically to buy what the hell, to buy Bitcoin from a bank. So Bitcoin is the future as well. That's what I think. So I could start investing more into Bitcoin, but I'm not going to do it on here. I'm going to do it actually where I can use Bitcoin um, if I want to buy something with Bitcoin or basically use it. Because here on Robinhood, you're not actually owning a Bitcoin or owning any part of the coin. You're just investing in its value. So if you want to actually have a crypto wallet where you can actually buy, sell, or use it to, like I said, buy things with Bitcoin, then you want to go to something like Coinbase or some type of cryptocurrency app or wallet. So that's where I'm doing all of my Bitcoin investing besides this $100 that I have here. So that's where I'm at with Bitcoin. I'm already up. I mean, I'm up 100%. I doubled my money. So now, if I wanted to secure this $100, I could sell my $101.86, secure that $100 profit, and never look back. You're never gonna go broke taking profits. But I just want to keep this in here because I think Bitcoin has a lot more room to go. I think it's gonna go past 100,000. So that's that. If you guys have any more questions, we'll keep this on for another 4 minutes. You guys can chill, relax, ask me any questions. What are you guys doing this weekend? I have work, so I'm gonna be working, and then I'm either gonna go to the beach or go play some basketball. Those are my goals. Those are my plans for the weekend. Let's see here. I should have shared this on Facebook too. That's what I'm saying. I'm tripping. Tripping. We out here, baby. Whoops. Remember, this is a long-term thing. You want to be in this for the long term. That's where the real money's at. You ask anybody in the stock market, the real money is in long-term investing. So you always want to make sure that you own shares. When do I think the stock market will start moving up? I think in April will be the beginning. So let me see if there's actually a stock market. What would I look for? Stock market trends. No, this ain't it. Let's look up stock market yearly performance or cycle. Let's look up cycle. I don't know which one I'm looking at or which one to look at. Let's go there. Let's check this one out. There's a chart. There's somewhere where you can go where you can see like which months do the stock market usually rally? Which one does it usually retrace? Let me see if I can find it on here. This ain't it either. Timing the market with seasonality. I think I picked this one already. This wasn't it. Um, if I can't find that on here, I'm just gonna go on. Well, this is basically the same thing, but you can see. Hmm, hmm. All right, let me just go here. I'm gonna look up the SPY on here. Let's go months at a time. 1 month chart. Let's get rid of all these drawings. Open this up a little. So this past year was actually like a pretty good example of it. So March, like we made a high. We were reaching all-time highs, and then it came down. So now we're right here. We're not exactly falling like we did back here. This was February. This was the beginning of the pandemic when people were tripping out about the lockdown and all that stuff. So this was February and March. The stock market usually does that anyways during that month. So it just got accelerated because of that, and then it rallies up. So this was April, May. Then this was very unusual for a lot of people because we were still deeply in the pandemic in April. We were still very uncertain about what was happening, what was going to happen, and the stock market still went up, went past its previous high before the pandemic even happened, made a new high, and then September, October, it came back down. So those months are also months that are known to be retractable months or retraceable months where the stock market comes back down. So if you look right here, look at these two candles right here, February, April, February, March, same exact thing. Then it goes up. Then look at this, September, October, it's coming down. And then it did the same thing, right? February, March, two red candles, then it goes back up. So it's the same trend. It does the same thing. It's very crazy that you can actually figure this out just by looking at a chart with candlesticks and see what the trend is. So even though that this February and March is up, you can see these candles right here with these wicks mean that it's down. So this actually came down and it's starting to work its way back towards the up part. So we should be going back up here really soon. And then the next few months, we should continue to see an increase in um, stocks. So, and then the thing with the SPY too is that it's an ETF. So, like I said, you're getting exposure to multiple companies, multiple stocks. Where, like right now, the way that I'm looking at mines, I'm in Tesla and I'm in the ARK ETF. So, um, depending on what this stock does is going to determine where my portfolio moves. So it's not exactly following the stock market, so to speak. So if you want to, basically, this is the safest way to invest and the least maintenance required. So if you don't want to constantly look to see how your portfolio is doing, if you don't want to constantly be buying and selling or buying and doing all this stuff, and tracking your stocks, then invest in something like the SPY, the Russell 2000, the Nasdaq, those things. So if we want to get a real idea of what how serious this correction is, now you can look at this, right? So this is the same thing, February, March. This is the same thing, September, October, and then this was May, so this is a little bit off, but it still had the same concept where it's down then up, comes down a little bit, makes a new high. February, March of 2020 came down. Then it went up. This is September, October, same thing. And now we're here at March, February, and it's down. So the way that this candle right here looks, where it kind of came down here with this wick and then came up, shows a sign that we're starting to enter um, resistance, where it's not going to go below any of these points, but we still have a couple months to have that basically solidified as a trend, or it's going to rally back up and start making new highs. So it's only matter of time. You just have to be patient, see what's happening. But as you can see, the stock market is very trendy, and I have this yellow line here, which is the 20 MA SMA, the 20 moving average, which I explained earlier. But basically, it takes the last 20 days or the last 20 months of the stock market, whichever price that this thing closed at, and it takes the average. And you can see one, it never goes below it, so it's always above it. So if you wanted to have a really more precise idea of when to buy, you want to wait till it hits this line. So you could have bought it right here, perfect. You could have bought it right here, perfect, perfect price. But it's so far above it right now that it has a lot of room to come down still. So basically, what we're doing is, if you want to be more strategic with how you put your money into the QQQ specifically, you could just wait until it hits this yellow line again before you put money in. And what you do then, instead of buying every single month, you want to continue to deposit money every single month. So if I wanted to do this with the QQQ, then I could just take $200, deposit it into my Robinhood, and leave it as cash. Don't buy anything. Just let my money basically rack up in here. So every single month I could put 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, and let it stay in my buying power. And then as soon as this thing hits this yellow line, put all that money in there. You know what I mean? And then once it starts going back up, I'm making all kinds of money. All kinds. So you could do it like that, or you could do it like what I was saying, buy it as it continues to go down towards this line, but it hasn't hit this line. It's basically, ridiculously up, because this was all because of the pandemic. People had to stay at home. They had nowhere to go. They had to revert to, Zoom calls and online schooling and all of that stuff. More Netflix streaming. Disney Plus came out with their or Disney came out with Disney Plus. So everybody's on the internet, on basically text. So that's what made this go up so high. But it's still going up. Tech is going to be around. It's the future. It's always been the future. That's why it's always going up. So that's that. Hopefully I answered your question. When do I think the stock market will start moving up again? Yeah. So within the next 2 to 3 months, definitely. By June, all everything should be up. Um, Obviously past where it is now, but hopefully past the highest it's ever been. So if I look at Apple, the highest it's ever been right here was about 142, 143. So right now it's at 120, and then I think maybe by August or by June, it should be back up here in the 140 level. So we'll see. That's just my guess, my speculation, my my prediction. So we'll be able to see exactly if that happens or not. But that's my prediction. So any more questions before we wrap this up? What? All right, guys. Hope you guys got some valuable information from this live stream. If you did not, let me know what questions you have about the stock market, and then we'll get that answered in the next one. We'll get that answered in another video, or I'll reply to your answer or your question in the comments. So otherwise, appreciate you guys for tuning in, watching my live stream. Like I said, hope you guys got some valuable information and more knowledge on the stock market and how you can get in the stock market with a little bit of money. You don't need a whole bunch. Um, and basically, start investing yourself so you can start making money. And like I said, you can see right here, I'm down $43 today, but I'm still up. Over the past 3 months, I'm still up 580. Is that an eight or a six? $581 over the past 3 months. So even though I'm down in the short term, this is the short term. Even though I'm down in the short term over the last couple days, I'm still up in the long term. And as long as I continue to do what I'm doing, I'm always going to be up in the long term. So make sure you're investing in the long term. Make sure your mind is set on long term investing. Look 5 to 10 years from now where you're going to be in life. And if you're investing $200 to $300 or 200 400, what the hell? God damn. If you're investing, 200 to about, I think it's $500, 200 to 500 every single month for the next 5 years, you're going to be chilling. You're going to be super chilling. So, hope you guys have a good day, good weekend. Happy Friday. Have a good weekend, all that good stuff. Don't do nothing crazy out there. And I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Peace. Shut this.